just nice.
What's up guys, it's RevJ. I'm back out with Ryan's 68 Firebird. Last time we put all that work into the inside, getting the layer of color on there, getting the whole thing cleaned up. He's made some progress on some of the wiring and the gauges and all that. Still a mess in there, but it is definitely moving forward. Now of course one of the most important things in terms of a transformation on this car is to get a nice layer of color on the outside, well multiple layers of color for that matter. And to do that, we've got to go ahead and get the rest of the body cleaned up. Now this thing is in really good shape. It's a super clean car. There's a lot of new metal on it, but there are still some little high and low spots that we want to go ahead and get leveled off. There's some bare metal we got to seal up, some little areas we just got to perfect and make sure they're good. We've got to give the whole car a scuff, well at least what hasn't been scuffed already. Then we can get around to talking about shooting primer on this thing, getting some high build, leveling all that off, spraying color, spraying clear. Obviously a ton more work to go. And before any of the primer or anything can get laid down, of course, we've got to go ahead and get the whole thing masked off and degreased and prepped and all that. So there's a ton of work to go, and it is not going to do itself. I'm going to go ahead and set up, and we got a lot to do.
We start out by sanding pretty much the entire car. We do this to look for high and low spots, creases, dents, scratches, anything that has to be fixed or touched up, either by sanding it out or by hitting it with filler. And then, once we have filler on all those areas, it's back to sanding once again. The hood in particular is an aftermarket unit and had lots of waves and creases and stuff in the finish, so we had to put a lot of work into getting that all leveled out. There were some tiny scratches and pinholes in areas of the filler, so I came back with this Tech Flow to smooth it all out. It works like Bondo, but it's a super fine coat of glaze that can get into those small areas and sands extremely easily with a light grade paper. A clean work area is so important for the paint job, and since we did all the bodywork in the same space, we took a few minutes to get the entire shop space blown out, wiped down, cleaned up, and masked off. And with a clean workspace, we could come back and mask off the entire car and wipe it down with a degreaser. We had pre-organized all of our chemicals and data sheets, so it was very easy to get our primer ready to spray. It's got about a 1-hour pot life when you mix it up, so you want to make sure that you're ready to start hitting everything, because the second those chemicals are combined, the clock starts. And from there, it was just a matter of trying to focus on technique, movement, and get everything laid down smoothly. This primer coated pretty well, and I had a pretty wide fan on my gun. I was doing about a 50% overlap. I should have gone to about a 75, but the coverage area was good and I just kept moving. We were not shy on paint and built up 3 pretty good coats. Remember, this is going to have to get sanded, so a lot of the build you put on the car is going to come right back off in the next step. And once we had a good solid coating on the whole thing, there was nothing else to do but let it dry. So there's sanding, color, clear, a lot more to do on this, and that's definitely on the way. More on the Drift Trike, more on the other projects, more on the Yukon, more on the Hatred Copter C10. As always, just a bunch more. If you want updates faster and a directer connection to everything, follow my social media. It'll be here on screen. I'm the most active on Instagram, but definitely check me out everywhere. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you see the car, give Ryan a thumbs up. If you see my truck, give me a thumbs up. Hell, give me a thumbs down. I really don't care. So like I said, guys, always like the engagement, always like hearing from you guys. There's a ton more on the way, but I guess for now, we'll see you next time, guys.